considerate. He waited for her to run to get the bus, and she was coming down the block. Because most bus drivers would have put the door. Very fortunate because most people, you see the bus coming, running down the block, and you miss it. You will see the bus going away. But the bus driver was considerate, knowing that this is the bus that she needs to get to work. The mountain is San Bruno Mountain. Okay, that's San Bruno Mountain. And the company over there is called SAP. SAP is the European competitor to Oracle. It's a German company. It's huge. It's a massive company. Massive company, man. SAP, very, very huge company, man. Very wealthy company. A lot of money out of Germany. This mountain, you see, the San Bruno Mountain, and I'm riding on Airport Boulevard on the morning of it's Monday, May the 6th, 2013, and it's now 6:33 in the morning. Monday, May 6th, 2013. So we're going to go and see if a poor and indigent, to a lot of the machinations of the law enforcement or intelligence agencies involved with my case. Machinations means plotting, planning, and plots, plans, devised schemes to keep me slow down. To slow down or retard any economic progress that I've been trying to make. Well, in other words, using any flaws that I may inherently have, using those flaws. I've always liked this house, by the way. Using inherent flaws that I have, and then using those and saying, and you can blame them on myself. You can say, well, he's not those flaws, so we'll work. Let's say, for instance, if they know that I like a certain type of woman, they'll send that woman around, or an agent provocateur, to bring me down further, knowing that that's my weakness, things like that, certain types of things. So being a federal agency, either it be the FBI or even worse, in my case may involve the CIA, Singapore Intelligence, and others. We're going to see this morning if a person who has been subject to the machinations of these organizations, plans and schemes, sort of a co-intel pro, we're going to see if I can go to the GA office, what they call the General Assistance, the Public Assistance, and beg, ask for a handout for what? Ask for a handout for a ticket. Ask for a ticket transport to go back to New York to be able to go to my father's funeral. Again, to be able to go to one's parents' funeral or ceremonies. Yes, they're going to have a memorial for the cremation and all that kind of stuff. It would be one of the worst sins, cardinal sins in the world if I did not show up. It would be very peculiar. But the circumstances of my father's death were very, 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 very strange, man. Very strange. Because he was recovering, he was stable, fluids were coming out, and he was actually trying to make movements and trying to sit up in the bed, and he was watching TV at times, and he was restless because of the tubes. He didn't like the tubes, and he would nod to questions and commands. He would nod and he would acknowledge all of them, knowing where he was and everything. He was like that at Jefferson Hospital. But once they moved him, which my mother doesn't want to believe that it could be because of long-going expensive insurance policies, that a man is in the intensive care for X amount of days, they want to shorten that period because it's a prolonged expense. Intensive care. Sometimes it could be like hundreds, if not hundreds of dollars per day, or sometimes it could be thousands of dollars per day, something like $3,000, $5,000 or more a day in intensive care. So sometimes they don't want to prolong that expense compared to what the insured has paid in to the policy. They don't want to do that. See, my mother doesn't believe that such things are connected with money and they are decisions. See, the question is, who made the decision to move Nathaniel Messendon Jr. from Jefferson Hospital on May the 1st, 2013? Who made that decision? That's the question. It was rash and it was very sudden. It was very sudden. And he had an insurance policy. They could have negotiated it where the people that were involved could have negotiated or did correspondence to have his insurance. Look, this person is down here. You know, is there a way to transfer his insurance policy or to make the adjustments down here instead of forcing him to move to New York? Now, I know that was something also my brother or other people involved, but someone made the decision. It may have been Nadine Granville Messendon, who's my cousin, and she's angry because my Uncle Gus, she may hold it against me. I remember that my Uncle Gus, when he passed away, what situation was I in? I was being tricked and set up by people of Tasawwuf, Jamaat Tabligh, Sufism, you know, who really felt that I was an inferior Negro. So I was being set up by those people involved with what? Like Muhammad Atta, Sufism, Sufi mysticism. And I was delayed. I was delayed because I didn't have the strength and the fortitude, nor the skill set to stand on my own. I was stuck in Washington State. When my Uncle Gus passed away, I'll never forget that. I was stuck. I was stranded in Washington State. I could not get out there. And none of the family would say, well, do you need a ticket to come over here? We'll put you on the plane. A ticket back then, that was in the 1990s. None of my Messendon family structure would do that, even though they have the money. Even though they have the money. Nadine Granville Messendon is a senior executive with Deutsche Bank. Yeah, they have the money now. So it's a strange people, man, you know, that I call family bloodline. Very strange. And my brother would show you, and they would say, well, that's right. You know, see, what I don't like about my own mother. What I don't like, one of the things I don't like about my own mother, she is ready to accept people's explanation. Well, that's right, you know, that's what they, you know, the hard explanation, she's ready to accept it. Well, you got to put them out in the street because I can't keep putting myself out there. You know, if somebody says that in American culture, she says, oh, yeah, he's right. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. No, it's not right. You know what my brother's saying? My brother has the money. My brother had 1 year, he made $2 million, $3 million, another year, $3 million. This year, maybe he makes a few $100,000, a couple of $100,000. He has the money, and he said, I don't want to have to pay for my father's funeral, and if any money is out there, connected with his identity, his name, for all his benefits, he says, those girls, I'm going to put it upon them, I want to be paid back. I want to be paid back.
Approaching Bayshore Boulevard and Geneva Avenue, Daly City.
Yeah, that's the 7 Mile House. The 7 Mile House is some sort of place where it's like a nexus or a joining point of all the different ethnic groups, different types of things, where all the pretenses or all the tensions are left outside the door. 7 Mile House. Good place, man. I've never been in there, but it's a good place. You know, all the tensions, all the hang-ups, racial hang-ups, ethnic, all of it is left outside. But again, like I said, my own brother, who has the money, does not want to have to pay for my father's bills, does not want to have to pay for my father's funeral. He does not. He's very angry, very upset. And the reason why when my father had money, over the years, he was very negligent over my brother, very abusive, especially abusive to my brother's mother. I would call her Aunt Edna. You know, he was very cruel to her, man. You know, cruel in the sense of verbally and how he felt about supporting the child, all that. Despite being married. So my brother never forgot that. And how he had to struggle and suffer and pain to get an education. Despite my father having the means. Never forgot that.